365 Days of Horsemanship, day 147. Yeah, pretty good day again today. Basically just did Mija's plaits, which I was really happy to get done. And I think just good vibes, good energy all around. It's sort of nice to be able to say that, even when, you know, I think a few months ago, I would have been disappointed in this session, or I would have highlighted the negatives, you know, which is that I really didn't get to spend any time with Lawrence today. I was here for longer than I hoped to be, and, you know, I didn't get to do anything other than doing Mija's plaits. But when I went to get Mija, I had a really nice haltering. I brought her up, she ate her hay, I was able to do her plaits. She had a... she was quite nervous. I had to use a spray today. Usually I use like a serum, but we don't have any left, so I'm using a spray today. And the sound of the spray, like I'm sure for lots of you, is really stressful for her. And so I just kind of wanted to not build that stress into it because I didn't have the time to deal with it. And so what I did instead was I put it really super close, and if I pressed it really gently, it didn't hardly make any noise at all. And she was a little bit tight about it, but it was within tolerance. She was in a tolerant place with it. She wasn't, I wouldn't say, in acceptance. She definitely wasn't curious about it, but for where we were at today, I was really pleased. And it was a funny little moment because I just thought to myself, you know, I really think sometimes I think historically I've just been too hard on them. I've just been too hard on both of them, where, you know, I just expect them to just be okay with bad things happening, and to be okay with difficult and concerning things. And actually, if I can do something to make that situation less stressful, why wouldn't I do it? It was so easy. It cost me nothing, you know, nothing at all, to just hold the spray really close and just press it really slowly. And there was hardly any noise, and it was okay for her. And actually, you know, me doing that now means that, you know, the next 10 times I might do that, she's going to get more and more relaxed about it. And then I can slowly increase how much the sound is. And eventually I could get to a place where I can spray and she's not worried, because, you know, I've introduced it in a more kind, a more pleasant, a more sort of slow way. And I think just, you know, it's so simple, but it's just having that, I guess, having that empathy, but it's like more than that. It's like just really having that desire to make things easier, to not force her to tough things out because I think she should be okay with it, you know? And I think that's a really powerful kind of mindset shift for me. And I'm really, you know, happy with it. Yeah, and actually towards the end, after I did a few plaits, she had a nice little rest. She didn't rest for very long, which was great, because I knew, you know, that it was a real rest and it wasn't like a fake kind of freeze. But it was just really nice to feel like that she wasn't getting more and more concerned by it. You know, she had her food. It felt, you know, there were quite a few moments of curiosity, and I did try to catch them. I think to improve the session, I think what I could have done is when she had those moments of curiosity and looked around to me, I could have stopped and been in harmony for a breath. I did try to sort of acknowledge her, but then quite quickly went back to my plaits because I had this sort of time pressure feeling. But I think, you know, I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day, and really the energy of the whole session felt really good to me, and I was really happy. So yeah, I took her back. That felt quite nice, felt quite good. Yeah, and when I took her off, I could sense, just as I was taking the halter, just as I was sort of yielding her, bending her in the lateral flexion to take the halter off, that she was already thinking about leaving. And so I took the halter off and immediately walked in the direction I thought she was going to walk. And that was really nice because it meant that I was sort of able to, like, I guess, be pretty much in flow with her. And I walked with her for a few strides until she, like, just glanced her eye towards me. And at that point I left. And as I was leaving, I saw her look back and be curious again. And I felt like that was a really great way to end the session. Yeah, again, you know, as I say, if I'd have had more time, I'd have loved to have done more, but I didn't. And to be able to leave it on that good note felt really positive. Then I went to see Lawrence. I just very quickly went to see him. He'd just eaten his dinner, so I let him out. And just said hello, gave him a little stroke. He was quite interested in my hands. Obviously they smell of Mia and they smell of, you know, this mane and tail spray. So I had a little sniff of that, some curiosity. I had a little stroke, and then there was this moment where I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. And I think if he'd have then asked me for something, then I think I would have sort of stayed and tried to find a good moment. But actually he sort of sighed and licked and chewed and started walking away. And so I took that opportunity to leave on the lick and chew, which I was obviously, you know, I'd love to have all the time in the world, but, you know, it's getting dark now. I still need to go home and make some dinner, and I got to go to work in the morning. So yeah, the hours are definitely falling away. But I'm really happy. I am really happy. I feel really good about today. I feel really good about it. So yeah. Short video for a relatively simple session, but it's really nice just to feel good about it. I think, you know, just got to appreciate the days when I do. I'm super busy at the moment, but I'm really happy. You know, day 147 and you know, nearly 150 days, and I don't think I'll ever go back. You know, I really don't think I'll ever go back to that time in my life where the horses were optional, where horsemanship was optional, and I would come and do the minimum, you know, of horse care and not take that time to build the relationship. I think those days are really over, which is so nice. It doesn't matter how busy I get now. This is my time. I look forward to this every day. And yeah, I'm really grateful actually to have done this. I'm really sort of grateful to myself that I've stuck it out so far, and that I think it's going to be something that's going to continue for a long time. So yeah.